Hello and welcome to this YouTube presentation on the Business or Enterprise Architect Grade 2. My name is Charles Richter and I'm the Principal Consultant of Ripose Pty Limited. In my introduction to the Business Architect, I mentioned that I would be delivering this presentation on the responsibilities of the second category or class of the Business Architect, namely the Business or Enterprise Architect Grade 2. In this presentation I will describe the responsibilities, inputs, processes, outputs, skills, and an example of the deliverable of the Business or Enterprise Architect Grade 2. So what exactly is a Business Architect Grade 2? As I could not find a reference to the words Business Architect Grade 2 anywhere on the net, I decided to start my search by using the words Knowledge Architect in a Google search and found no references to the words. However, I did find a few references to knowledge architecture, and the one that made some sense to me was on the turing.une.edu.au website. I found the definition, to which I added the words, "A knowledge architect is a person with the skills to uncover knowledge as, quote, a prerequisite to knowledge sharing." But this did not provide any definite clue as to what a knowledge architect is or ought to be. So in my opinion, the knowledge architect is defined by their responsibilities, skills, inputs, processes, and outputs. As I see the Business or Enterprise Architect Grade 2 and the knowledge architect as one and the same concept, I will state that the Business or Enterprise Architect Grade 2 is responsible for developing the business knowledge model, which is a hierarchical networked or higher net representation or model of entities and associations, but without any attributes, the attributes being the detail. In Ripose speak, this is the skill of the Ripose Architect Grade 2 or RA2. From now on, I will refer to the Business or Enterprise Architect Grade 2 and the Knowledge Architect as the RA2. The RA2 is only interested in fleshing out the skeleton knowledge model and leaves the detail for the RA4 or Data Modeler. This helps overcome sessions from being bogged down in the detail. It is therefore quite natural for some people to assume that the knowledge architect and the data modeler are synonymous. Far from it. Without the knowledge architect, the data modeler would be left with having to run lengthy and often unfocused sessions with business operatives, thus running the risk of draining the brains of the business operatives and not getting much value from a single session. Mea culpa. So what are the inputs, processes, and outputs of the RA2? The major inputs a knowledge architect needs are the performance indicators or issues identified and documented by the RA1. Using these issues, the RA2 facilitates sessions with the business operatives responsible for creating the performance indicators, which by the way would have been established by the RA1 or business analyst during their facilitation sessions. During these sessions, the RA2 helps identify the business knowledge operatives need to support the performance indicators. Again, as these sessions can get bogged down in detail, Ripose provides a skeleton knowledge model of approximately 150 entities which act as a catalyst to help refine the business knowledge model. The RA2 helps the operatives identify where the new piece of knowledge fits in the hierarchy of knowledge and whether or not this new entity has any relationship to any other entity in the model, i.e. uncovers any associations. Note that the associations will be used by the RA3 or the systems architect to identify these strategies and tactics. The RA2 also assists the operatives by defining the entity using the experience of the operatives and or using a good dictionary and or thesaurus. These sessions should not take more than 45 minutes of the operative's valuable time. In my experience, it will take approximately 1 to 2 weeks to build a comprehensive knowledge model for a medium-sized organization. What you're looking at here is an example of a deliverable developed by the RA2. Unfortunately, due to the constraints of YouTube, the font size I'm using will make the reading of this almost illegible. However, we run an online training course for the RA2 and provide a number of case studies and performance indicators to help uncover the knowledge model. It can take between 35 to 40 hours to train an RA2, and this includes the use of Casper. In my introduction, I mentioned CASPER, which stands for Computer Assisted Strategic Planning and Reasoning, the program I wrote to support the Ripose technique. This slide provides an example of a screenshot taken from CASPER. As the RA2 builds the information model using the performance indicators, the performance indicator model on the right is used to enhance and expand the overall business knowledge model on the left. In closing, I'd like to thank you for viewing this presentation. The PDF of this presentation is available at a small fee should you want to assist us further the aims of Ripose.com and especially Ripose.org. You can find the aims of Ripose.org on www.ripose.org. You can reach me by sending an email to charles.richter@ripose.com. As I mentioned at the start of this presentation, I will be creating presentations covering the responsibilities, the inputs, processes and outputs, and possible examples of the output for each of the IA grades, namely the Biz A/EA Grade 3, the Business Information Technology Architect, the IT Architect Grades 2 through 7, as well as the Test Architects. It may take a while for me to complete all the presentations, so please bear with me. If you are eager to pursue a presentation of a grade I am yet not ready to post, please visit our website www.ripose.com, select the Quick Links drop-down menu and select Ripose Architects. You can always email me for more information. Once again, thank you for your attention.